is up? What is up? This is alertwolf here to bring you a manga review, guys, for Green Blood Chapter 19. And this one is called Monster. Now, let me just say, dude, guys, I don't know the schedule of releasing, because it used to be Sundays, and even last volume was very sporadic. So there was no new one come the weekend, but there is a new one that was released, I think Tuesday, or it was released the 6th or the 7th. So, or today's the 7th, it was released yesterday. So, you know, it surprised me. But that being said, it's a pleasant surprise. So, this is good stuff, man. Chapter 19 is called Monster, and the reason for this is because of our main man, the Grim Reaper. Now, it starts off with, you know, Kip is being, not confronted, but Kip is talking to one of his men. You should stay out of the battlefield, his men, you know, because he's the number 2 guy, I guess. And he's like, you know, basically, you know, he wants to know what he's doing, and he wants him to be safe. So Kip's like, tell the old man the Grim Reaper's alive, and let's get the hell out of here. So, and Kip is scared for his life, because the Grim Reaper's alive and kicking. There's a gay whore, and he's kicking both sides' ass. Crazy. So, you know, the line is he immortal? Rings the bell. There's an epic panel of him just standing there, looking like a beast, you know. And in this particular chapter, you have a lot of epic panels mixed with pretty good dialogue, and again, to the backdrop of this great artwork. So what's going on is you have the 2 heads of the 2 founders of the gang are talking, and basically Gene and Ed, and or Edward, and you know, he's like, this is your son, you know, your son's still alive, he's this is all your fault, basically. Now Gene tells the line that it's time to withdraw before, you know, the Grim Reaper basically slaughters them all. And you know, there's some joking, oh, guess the Gravediggers are done, huh? And you know, and so he's like, listen, he's a monster, you created him and I trained him, let's see which one of us is he gonna come after first, I wonder. And he's like, listen, I've always known that the short little leash I put on him would never hold. So he always knew. See, that's important to know. He was no fool. He knew eventually he would have to deal with Brad, and Brad was probably going to kill him. Like, he's aware of it, you know. So that's some craziness. Now, at one point, Brad gets surrounded by both gangs, and they're like, one gang is like, this is an internal thing from the Gravediggers. The other gang's like, nah, he killed Brad. I mean, Brad killed Raymond. This is for us. And he goes, you know, Gravediggers, Iron Butterfly, it doesn't matter. You're all coming to hell with me. And it's just badass. And then he starts literally ripping these dudes apart, man. I'm just looking at some of the panels here. Yeah, he just like there's like 2 or 3 pages, and I'm pretty sure when I'm gonna make the thumbnail that you'll be joining me in hell will be my thumbnail. But yeah, it gets all motion blurred on you, and he just, for like 2 or 3 pages, he just hacks and slashes. Just one dude, man, that was talking all this smack, he blew his freaking head off with the gun. Head came clean off, and Brad looking evil as shit as the Green Reaper. This is a tremendous, like, I just love every second of it. And then we get a panel and a scene and pages of, now it's Luke and Brad's chick, and they're bouncing, and she's giving him the money that Brad had set aside for him to get his own land and do what he had to do. And then all of a sudden, you hear some of the people, they're like, screw this, man, it's the Grim Reaper, he's fucking alive, let's get the hell out of here, you know? And people are just running for their lives, you know, and they're like, it can't be. Because they assume Brad was dead. Remember, they think Brad is dead, and then the next thing you see is my brother's alive. And, you know, but this is where things get crazy. This is where we see what Edward King, his involvement in this war really was. Because, you know, the Joker, Kip, is like, retreat, and live in fear for the rest of my life, always looking over my shoulder, the Grim Reaper's gonna get me, because he is, because I deserve it. He's like, it's time to bring it out. And I already knew from that statement, bring it out. I knew what it was. I know what it is, you know, before I even flipped. And then Edward King is like, listen, my son isn't going to end this war. You're not going to end this war. My son's not going to end this war. What's going to end this war is my shiny new toy. And it's a freaking Gatling gun. The Gatling gun we see on the cover of this volume is out and about. And that is the end of the chapter. And ooh, things are about to get nasty. Well, you know, now I love, you know, it's funny, I'm reading this, and in my head, as I'm reading the pages, I'm like, you know, they're already ending this war. We really didn't see too much action. If I get another freaking war in manga where I don't get to see killing, I don't get to see fighting, and I really don't get to see the battle, I'm gonna be angry. If I don't get to see my character kick some ass, I'm gonna be pissed. Especially since this is a seinen, this isn't a, you know, a happy-go-lucky frickin' shonen. You know what I mean? So I was like, I better not get gypped out of a gang war. And for a tiny second there, I thought I was, you know, I was, you know, between the pages, as it was loading, I was like, oh, better not do this to me. And bam, they did not. They showed us an epic throwdown between Brad and both gangs, and him whomping the shit. See, what they did was they had shifting focus where throughout these 2 chapters, the violence was in the background and the story was in the foreground. But at this point, they flip-flopped, and finally, the action was in the foreground and the story was in the background, and I loved it. You know what I mean? It was just center stage. Brad annihilating these people, just taking them out. Really good, really exciting chapter, and yet it still had pretty good moments of story and dialogue mixed in. So I loved the pacing of this. The fact that it almost got me to that point, and then you know, it got me to see, whenever a manga can enlist an emotion from you, it's a good thing. Now, what that emotion is, then from there on, you know, you could do things. But the fact that it almost got me to the point where it had me feeling like, oh man, I'm gonna get gypped here, and then it gave it to me, that sense of reward for reading through it is good. It's good stuff, because anytime you can engage your audience, it's a good thing, as long as you understand what you're doing and have it go somewhere. I mean, you can engage the audience and then piss them off and then it'll bring them back, or, you know. But in this case, that's what they did. They got me, and then they brought me in, and bam, awesome. All right, so I'm gonna give this one maybe 4.5 out of 5. I'm not gonna give it a 5. I know what you're thinking. From the way it sounded like a 5. No, I'm not gonna give it a 5. I think it was a great episode, and I think it was amazing episode, chapter, and I think it was amazing. But I'm just gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. I don't think it was the perfect 5, but it was up there. One of the most fun chapters I've read, and some of the best action in the series so far. Just to show you how badass this one dude is. Can't wait for the next chapter. Friggin' Gatling gun, huh? So, I think that's enough from me. So, click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and please, please, please subscribe if you can. And this is Alert Wolf signing out.